was the 1990s, a big show in a small town off I-75 in Georgia. They were called the biggest cocks in the henhouse. But things have changed since then. It's been 30 years, and they finally found a home here, like everyone else, doing a podcast. It's Erica and Mark, the phone call podcast thing.
Check. You know there's about a 3-second delay when you say hitting record now. And then click. Right. You know
I'm
that,
sure.
Right? Okay.
But the good part about it, all this is just mumbo jumbo until we actually... And then what I do is I take this part out and then I just go right from the ring.
Oh, that's all right.
We lay on top of each other, which is... It doesn't sound right the way I just
Let's
said
not talk
that.
about that. Let's just do the ring.
I think it's too late. I think the ring's already happened.
The show's
Erica.
already begun?
Yeah, it's already began.
All right. Well, hey, how's it going, Mark?
Just to get things out right. Erica and I have been friends for a very long time.
30-something years.
Yes. And even though she did offer to show me her brand new vagina years ago, she don't remember that.
I did. I do remember. I was all drugged up.
I turned her down.
That's a shame. You really missed out.
You told me it was spectacular.
It is spectacular.
And of course, now I'm constantly saying things that just sound dirty. It's like worse than golf.
You are a very dirty old man, is what I've learned.
You remember we used to do that bit that was called, what is this? Things that sound dirty, but they're not?
Yes,
yeah,
vaguely. But I don't remember any of the details.
Me neither, but apparently I become that. Starting off with a call. We're talking about how we line up the two different recording
the audio tracks is what they're called there, Grandpa. Yeah.
So we can merge it, and I'm saying, and we're laying on top of each other, and that's what you walked in on.
Mm-hmm. So that was it, and you were going to do, and I had a perfect thing for the fake ring of the phone. I had the perfect answer. You know what? Just go ahead and call me. Go ahead.
Ring.
Ghostbusters. What do you want? That's the mood I'm in today.
You are shot out of a cannon. It's so funny because I had this topic I grabbed a while back, and I said I'm going to save it, and I wasn't sure why, but now I know why I was saving it because it had something to do with what happens when small things make you go into a blind rage.
Well, first of all, this isn't my fault. This is my doctor's fault because I've been going to a million fucking doctors because I have to get cleared for surgery for my knee in a couple of weeks. And every time you walk into a doctor's office, it's the same price as buying a nice steak dinner with a drink at the fucking Outback Steakhouse.
So it's not covered by your insurance,
Well, there's always a copay, and the copay is like $35. Right. And I've had 3 doctor's visits this week, 2 last week, 2 more next week, before I even get to the part where they rip my knee out.
That is ridiculous. Well, I couldn't wonder. I know that your primary can't go to, so you'd have to go to a specialist. No.
Well, I know. I had
set you up with a what do you call it?
Well, hold on. So I got fired by my primary care doctor because I haven't been in like a year and a half.
That's right.
So they just they were like, well, you're not a patient here anymore. I'm like, I'm not. So I had to go get a new one. So when you go get a new one, you have to go in for the first visit where they literally take your temperature and your blood pressure, which is probably pretty high right now. I'm glad they're not here. And then I'm like, well, I thought I was here for a pre-surgical clearance visit. Oh, no, we can't do that for next. So we'll make an appointment for you for next week for that. I'm like, well, I'm here now. So, oh yes, but that's a whole other copay from now. So that'll be more money for
that's
us.
Right, because it's all about coding and scheduling to make as much money as you can because it's a big scam. The insurance company charges you a ton of money and saves most of it.
Correct.
And then the doctors have to charge a bunch of money because they know they're going to get bamboozled. It's kind of like selling your car. I'm going to sell my car for $20,000, even though it's only worth $5,000, because you're going to try to get me down to closer to the $5,000.
This is why I got fired from my other doctor, because I wasn't going in there enough and giving her enough, how you say to Vig, whatever the mafia guys do. I got fired for not paying the mafia, basically, the doctor mafia.
Yeah, I go twice a year. That's it. I go for my my physical, and then I have a second appointment where they because they only do my medicines for 6 months at a time.
Mark, we're doing it again.
Oh, I know.
We're talking about fucking doctors again. We got to stop. We got to stop right now. No more doctor talk. I am shut out of a cannon because I had to go get the blood work done, but I couldn't have coffee when I left the house this morning. So that gave me an immediate headache, which I cannot get rid of. I still have the same headache.
Did you
even though I had coffee.
Oh,
no,
good. So you did get some caffeine in you.
Maybe there is a God, because there is a Dunkin' Donuts next door to my doctor's office, and I walked right over there and got me a large coffee. Did not get any donuts.
Actually, when I get my blood work done, you know where I end up is at a Circle K, because that's literally the closest place I can find coffee.
Maybe you need to go to a meeting. That's what I'm hearing. I think you need a coffee meeting.
They probably have one.
Well, we've had some things happen in the radio and television world since we last spoke. Your old radio station down in Fort Myers, the glorious 96K Rock, and B103.9, and what is it, Sunny 106.3?
Sunny 106.3. And,
sold!
770, and then...
Right.
Remember the old 99X, which you served...
that's right. I did work at 99X.
They of course, that flipped to 99
Sports.
ESPN Sports.
Yeah,
yes. And now that's been sold also.
And it's Mexican or something now, isn't it?
No, and the Mexican station's been sold.
Oh my God, there's something. Well, your entire cluster that you worked at there in the home office of Beasley Broadcasting is now gone.
And I'm going to tell you, this business, this is the way this business worked for me so far. Everything that I predicted that would never happen has happened. I predicted that they would lose everything they had and would have to be thrown out of that market, kicking and screaming. They lived there. Everybody that's anybody in the corporate office, the CEOs, the CFOs,
So you're saying there's a lot of people with the last name of Beasley that were working in those radio stations.
Yeah, and then not to mention the kids that came up. Yeah, so as they get out of college, they get put in a radio station.
Well, I had heard some rumors. I don't know if we should talk about rumors because I don't know them to be true. They are just rumors and talk and hearsay. So for all I know, were told to me for entertainment purposes only. So I will tell them to you for entertainment purposes.
Well, I don't know if I want to be part of it because then I get called in to a court.
Called in for what? To court for what? For talking about rumors for entertainment purposes?
I don't. Yeah. Well, that way.
So I'm going to be very general. I had heard from a friend of a friend that maybe something happened with somebody either at the radio stations or maybe related to the people at the radio station where there was a large cryptocurrency financial loss, which may or may not have put some strain on some finances, necessitating perhaps the sale of a few radio stations, including Tampa. They sold Tampa for like $38 million. Just one station.
Total 18 million over there in
Fort Myers.
Fort Myers, I saw. Yeah, adding it up.
Circumstantial evidence for entertainment's sake, says maybe that is what happened, and they needed a large influx of cash, or maybe it was something else entirely. It could have been, billing is down. We got to do something to shore up the company.
That's what the press is saying. I mean, all the the regular press had covered it because it's a local story, and then and then the radio business magazines all said that. I guess they're everyone in radios. This is the funniest part. Are all concerned with one thing: digital imprint. I noticed when DJs were no longer needed, and they started hiring dummies on TikTok. And I saw this guy, and his show on the radio was horrible. But all he did was do dumb stuff.
On the TikToks.
Yeah, but it was kind of
That's what the kids are looking at.
But it was like a really bad job. It was like Jackass. It was like Jackass.
It was like Jackass, but not good.
Not even close to being as funny as Jackass was. You know what I mean? Like where Steve-O would staple his cojones to a piece of wood.
That's entertaining.
That was entertainment.
Yes.
But like this guy, like one thing he went to, he went to a dog wash and tried to get a bath there.
That's pretty funny.
And couldn't understand why why people were looking at him. And he's had somebody filming him the whole time. I'm thinking, and this is what's considered entertainment. This is why radio's ratings have gone into tubes.
So I'm thinking that the whole crypto loss thing is really just maybe a more entertaining story than the truth of what actually happened. That's
but it was like and then like all the people that I was part of that, and part of my deal with that place was, number one,
you got some trauma, man. So calm down. I know you got trauma.
Me, us, and I think it was YSP in Philly.
Yeah,
okay.
The Wasp.
I think it's YSP. I think that's the call letters. But anyway, us and a station in Philadelphia were the only two stations that, after a year of Howard Stern getting off of terrestrial radio, were still in the same format.
Everybody else lost Howard Stern, and the stations fell apart.
And we were the only ones that did it. Now, we took a good butt whooping.
Yeah.
But when I got there,
wait a minute. What did you do?
Fourth.
What did you do after Howard Stern left? You put Stan and Haney on in the mornings?
They tried that, and they did. They would have worked fine there, but they didn't want to be there.
I mean, who the hell wants to do mornings? Get up 4 o'clock in the morning
when they can do a morning show after that, and when the sun's good and warm.
Yes, so that's ideal.
And then they tried Bubba, which did okay.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. He was on down there. And then whatever happened to that guy?
I think he crashed and burned, didn't he? I think he got in trouble with something.
He must still be around, because somebody sent me something today.
He's on the internet for sure. I don't know where he's working at it, but he's doing a show.
Here it is. Somebody sent me something today. I think this is from TMZ. It says here that Hulk Hogan's daughter, Brooke, still has a few questions about her father, Hulk Hogan's death. A few weeks ago, Brooke gave a candid interview to Bubba the Love Sponge and questioned the circumstances regarding her father's death. And then she said, "I'd be surprised if a surgeon would work on someone with leukemia or a high blood cell count and not do further investigations." And she said, "I told my dad to put cameras in your house because one of these bitches could push you down the stairs and nobody would ever know." TMZ went on to report that Florida will not perform an autopsy on Hulk Hogan based on his daughter's request, because there were no signs of foul play or anything suspicious. So apparently he did. They came out and said he died of leukemia, right?
Yeah. I know. I didn't remember what they said, but I know they said he passed.
That's what I remember reading on TMZ, and I suppose that's right. So I don't know why his daughter would be questioning her father's death. And second of all, was her daughter even talking to her father? I'd seen all kinds of things where the two of them hadn't spoken in a long time.
Yeah, I don't know. Last I remember,
I think he married one of her friends, is what it was.
When they had that show, it just kind of crashed and burned everything. And then then the Bubba was supposed to be his friend, right? And he having sex or something.
I don't know what happened there, but that's what I saw on the internet. I think it was Gawker. There was a big lawsuit, and Hulk sued Gawker, and won and put Gawker out of business. That was a big mess for years. That went on.
So we had him, and then when he left, they brought in one of their. They have a morning show up in Detroit, I guess it is. They have stations in Michigan.
Oh, yeah. On, what is it, WLLZ?
I think so.
Yeah. It's I can't remember. Dave and Chuck the Freak.
Yes, Chuck the Freak.
Because they were also on in Tampa, and they got no ratings in Tampa. I assume they got ratings in Fort Myers, maybe?
I don't know, because I had a friend of mine that was doing sales there, and they were always doing okay, but ratings were never, ever again since the glory days.
Right. Well, nothing's going to compare to Howard Stern. But I'm going to tell you,
but here's the problem, though. In radio in itself, no one's really making anybody's really. Nobody's setting the world on fire, is what you're saying. No, and it's so expensive to have it. And you literally, if you would just teach your salespeople to go out and sell the passion.
Yeah.
And then what really killed, I think, was the fact that national sales and stuff kind of went away, because I'm going to tell you something. You should hear who's advertising on us.
Who?
And they don't know us from Adam. different banks and everything else. They don't even know who we are. What it is the agency's just throwing somebody. Hey, well, someone might want to see what happens over here.
Well, I mean, well, first of all, I don't think agencies are going to be around much longer. They may already be just all but gone, because I saw a thing today on LinkedIn. Broadcast is losing ad dollars because it doesn't get recommended when AI is used to create a marketing campaign. So if AI is making all these media decisions for everybody, they're doing it really fast, and they're doing it faster than the media industry can react. And right now, it is deciding that radio and TV do not exist when it comes to ad campaigns.
Yeah.
So AI is replacing agents. AI is replacing everything. AI will eventually replace you on this podcast as well. And I have a new AI, and his name is Claude. Did we talk to Claude last week?
No. Last time you had somebody. It was a real weird name. Weirder than Cove.
Well, this is that was Grok. That was the
Grok,
Elon Musk one. Yeah. Well, I have Claude now. So let's
how many AI?
Let's say hi to hey Claude. I'm doing a
podcast
here with my friend Mark right now, and I wonder if you could tell Mark a little bit about me. What do you know about me? I have to tap to send.
Not much.
I don't actually know anything about you personally, since I don't retain information between conversations. Each time we chat is a fresh start for me. What would you like me to tell Mark about you?
I mean, look on the internet, see what you can find about Erica Habedank, and, tell him what's going on with me. You have to hit the button there.
Let me search for information about you online.
My favorite
I couldn't
line.
find specific information about Erica Habedank in my search results.
All right, well.
The search returned some general results about the name, but nothing specific about you personally.
Well,
Would you like me to tell Mark about yourself?
I mean,
just tell Mark about him yourself.
Just give me some general stuff that you find. I mean, what did you find?
I wish there was a clearer version of that, because that's going to be the promo.
I mean, tell me what you found.
The search results mostly show general name information and some social media profiles, but nothing specific or detailed about you personally. There weren't any notable articles, professional profiles, or public information that would give Mark a clear picture of who you are.
I know who
Would you like
she
to
is.
share what you'd want Mark to know about you instead?
I don't know, man. Tell him how awesome I am.
Hey, Mark. Your friend here is clearly awesome enough to be hosting a podcast with you, which takes creativity and confidence.
Damn right.
They're also tech savvy enough to bring an AI into the conversation.
Yeah.
So they're obviously forward thinking and fun to be around.
What's this they shit? That's all my idea.
Oh, you said your pronouns?
Yeah, right?
They.
Hey, do you think that you could be creative and entertaining? Hold on. Hey, buddy, do you think that you could be entertaining enough to maybe replace Mark one day? Or maybe we'll just add you to the show before we secretly replace Mark. What do you think about that idea? Whoa, what the hell was that? All he said was, huh. So, do you really think that you could fulfill the role of sidekick on a podcast?
I could definitely handle the banter and quick responses.
Yeah.
But Mark's got that unpredictable human energy.
He doesn't know you at all.
Podcasts really click. I'd probably be better as the occasional guest who drops in with random facts or terrible jokes. What kind of dynamic do you and Mark usually have on the show?
Bad.
I mean, what kind of dynamic? Yeah, I don't know.
Must not be that good if he's trying to replace me.
Mark is kind of a. Hold on, Mark is kind of an old man. He's about 10 years older than me, and I don't know. Man, you know what? Let's start off with you. Let's not talk about him. I don't care about him. I care about you. Tell me one of your terrible ass jokes. I mean, don't hold back. You can swear, say whatever you want. You can be open, honest with me. Go ahead.
All right, here's a terrible one for you. Why don't scientists trust atoms? Because they make up everything and they're always bonding with someone new behind your back. That joke's so bad it should come with an apology and maybe some therapy. What's your tolerance level for dad jokes versus actually funny material?
I mean, I'd like to think I have a really,
What are you thinking?
I think I have a really high tolerance for that shit. So yeah, go ahead, hit me with a dad joke, because you can't be less funny than Mark.
All right. Here's a classic dad joke for you. Why did the Scarecrow win an award? Because he was outstanding in his field. And here's another one.
Jesus.
I told my wife she was drawing her eyebrows too high, and she looks surprised. Sounds like Mark's got some serious competition in the comedy department.
You're goddamn right he does. Thank you very much, buddy. You have killed it here today, and you and I are going to be talking more off the air. But that's Claude, Mark. Claude is the new.
I'll match Claude and his dad joke.
Oh, you got a Claude, huh?
I had told a joke on a Zoom meeting today, and no one laughed. Turns out I'm not even remotely funny.
Boy, yeah, that's a tough call. Who's worse?
Let's take a break.
Boy, I think you're still worse.
I'm still going to take a break.
Probably best.
Erica and Mark. The phone call.
Okay, now we're going to talk about a brand new generation gap.
Oh, we have a new generation gap? That's all we need.
Have you heard this one yet?
No. Is there another generation I don't know about?
Yes.
Who?
Generation Jones.
Are these babies? What are these?
No, okay, I'm going to tell you what it is, because it was. I didn't understand it either. And
I never heard of this.
What the heck is this? And
you know what? I need to ask Claude about this. I'm not sure I can trust you.
Oh, ask Claude. Meanwhile, I'm going to.
No. We'll let you feel useful for a while.
Okay. I saw this thing, Generation Jones, and it said it was, I fit in this category of Generation Jones.
Really?
So I said, okay, let me find out. So it says Generation Jones refers to the demographic born between 1954 and 1965.
So you're a younger boomer.
Yeah, according to generational experts, this group is positioned between baby boomers and Gen X.
Huh.
And often overlooked or mistakenly categorized with the boomer.
I mean, I've always considered you a boomer. So I don't know what to tell you.
It's a cusp.
Well, see, I'm also on a cusp. I was born in 1967, for those of you trying to steal my identity who will be disappointed in my credit score. And they still call us Generation X. I don't think they ever gave us another name, because we're Gen X and we don't really care.
So Generation Jones is considered a cusp or a micro generation, sharing traits with both baby boomers and Gen X.
Do you consider yourself kind of a Gen X?
So they experienced the post-war prosperity with the boomers, but also faced economic challenges like recessions, deindustrialization during their formative years.
How do these guys read? Are they good readers?
No, they're not. Okay, unlike boomers, they were too young to be drafted. Which is true. Generation Jones.
You must have just missed it.
A pragmatic and balanced idealism were with boomers and Gen X. The name also alludes to the experience of keeping up with the Joneses. That's true. While still facing economic hardship. Oh, that explains my behavior.
We've all been facing economic hardship, no matter who we are.
The fact that I had to keep up with the Joneses anyway and go poor doing it.
That's the American way. What are you talking about? People are still doing that.
Of course, if it wasn't for all my nonsense, I wouldn't be where I am right now.
Where would you be?
I don't know, but I would not be here, I'm in really good shape right now. Physically, mentally, spiritually, financially, in the best shape of my life.
And you married really well, let's be honest.
Yes. So
yeah,
I threw away a home that I owed $80,000 on in an area that my son is looking at to move into now, and the homes are almost $400,000.
Yeah, why do you think I don't own a house in Florida? It's not that I can't afford to buy a house here. I can't afford the insurance or the taxes. I can afford the house, not the insurance or taxes.
Well, I sold the house to buy a bigger 2-story house.
I remember that house.
And lost that one because I was one paycheck missing away from being foreclosed on.
Oh,
And
Jesus.
when that real estate bubble bursted last time,
Yeah.
back in, was that 2011
There were people
or
who were
12?
living in their houses for 2 years without making a house payment.
Oh, yeah. I lived for almost a year before they actually, but I was foreclosed on, but I could stay for a year.
Oh,
I was
that's
able
nice.
to put some money away, file bankruptcy, and then get enough money for first, last, and security for a rental place.
All right.
But I lost my house, I lost my car, which that was no big deal. It was just a Volvo.
Yeah,
Yeah, it would hurt if I got rid of one of my hot rods.
Oh, if you'd still had that,
rice
that
burners?
turbo
Yeah.
SS Cobalt thing.
I would have been crying then. Man. Well, that would have been a hard call. What would I do? I had a Harley and that car. Which one would I give up? And I had to give up one.
Well,
Which one
obviously you
would I
can't give up the Harley because then you'd be killed by the Mexican motorcycle gang you were in.
That's true.
Can't have that because you can't just get out. That's
Blood
the
in,
Hotel
blood out.
California. Yeah. You can check in anytime you like, but you can never leave.
So I just thought it was interesting. This generation, it explains a lot about.
I never heard of that. Generation Jones.
I think they're trying to make it a thing.
They're just trying to sell T-shirts, is what you're thinking.
Yes.
Yeah, that makes sense. Generation Jones would fall for some shit like that too.
Yes. And they would only buy it if they couldn't afford it.
So our number one listener, my friend Chris, who's listening right now on her walk, she is probably surprised to learn that she is also Generation Jones. Even though I call anybody who was born before JFK died a boomer. Anything after that, you're kind of on the cusp. But I think she was born right before Kennedy got shot.
I was 5 or 6 years old when he passed.
Yeah, I was like 4 or 5 years away from existing. So solid Gen X over here, baby. Summer of Love, 1967. For those of you stealing my identity.
All right, so I saw Florida. I've been watching these.
Don't move to Florida, by the way.
I
It's
watched
terrible.
the very first episode, and now I can't get rid of them.
Why?
And it's It's a YouTube deal, but it's showing up on or it might be TikTok, but it's showing up on my Facebook page under Reels, and it's Coral Springs Police Department.
I have been watching them give out speeding tickets.
Yes.
Is that the one? Yeah.
Yes.
Dude, I'm watching the same thing. I watch
And
those
I'm
guys
hooked
all day.
because
Yeah.
they are literally they hired cyborgs. Mm-hmm. They have zero personality,
Yes.
and I like the way they
The
are.
young guy's not bad.
Do you like the way they argue with people when they go, "I wasn't so"? And he goes, "Okay," and he walks away. He goes back and writes him
Right.
a ticket anyway.
Yeah.
And I don't think
he's
we were
just
really
like,
doing.
yeah.
Okay, well, there's the 3 things you got to follow. 30 days to do it. Have a good day. Stay safe.
You know what that is? That is good training on their behalf. They've clearly had very good police officer training.
Yeah, you can't shake them for nothing.
No, nothing. Nope. And, unless somebody gets out of the car, they're just going to just stand there and say, Yep. I was doing. I know. Let me have your stuff. So my favorite are on any of the police channels are the Sovereign Citizens. There is a whole channel called Van Balian.
See,
I
now
think.
that those people and the people that the auditors
Oh my God.
are
Yes.
the ones that drive me insane.
Dude, you have to go watch the Van Balian channel because he does nothing but videos of sovereign citizens from all over the country.
They will die
And-
on that hill.
Dude, no.
It's
It's very simple. I figured it out pretty quick. If you are a sovereign citizen, you are 100% chance a person that is driving with a suspended or revoked license.
Okay.
And the only way that you could justify driving a car to yourself and you think to others is by saying, well, I'm a sovereign citizen now. I don't recognize your laws. And the thing that makes me laugh the most, I couldn't be a cop. I could not be a cop dealing with these people because
No.
there was one cop I saw the other day. This lady was like, I'm not rolling down my window. I don't have to. Ma'am, I'm asking you to get out of the car. Please. I am not contracting with you. And it is what they say.
That was the weirdest thing. What does that even mean?
I love that. I don't contract with you. I was just traveling. I am not using my
Yes.
personal property as my vehicle, and I'm not using it for commerce. I am using it to travel, and you have no authority over me when I am traveling. And he's like,
know.
and they
What does that
sometimes
even
they.
mean?
Dude, I saw one lady hand a guy a paper the other day, and he was like, and he just threw it on the ground. Littered. The cop did. He littered before he busted her window out and dragged her out of that truck.
It's insane.
Yeah, it's these people are literally just people that can't get a driver's license or don't want to pay for insurance, or they've got problems with being able to drive, and they figure that the only way that they can do it is to say that they're a sovereign citizen because some idiot on the internet printed up some kind of code that
So that's where it came up from.
Yeah, it's literally some guy on the internet in Virginia decided that sovereign citizens were a thing. And my favorite thing, though, is when they're dragging him out of the car. They got him on their face and they're handcuffing him. He's like, well, that's it. This is your last day at work. You're sued. Your whole department's going to be sued. Now, if I'm the cop and they're telling me that you're going to be sued, I'm going to say, how are you going to sue me in a court of law in the United States of America that you don't recognize? I can do whatever I want to you.
Does he also do the ones where they actually go to court? I like to see one of those guys.
Oh my God! There's a judge. I forget where he is. He's in the South somewhere, and these sovereign citizens come up and they start their speech, and he's like, "Bop, bop, 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 bop. Another sovereign citizen we have here, huh? Did you talk to him before we came to court? Is that why we're here?" And the judge will just be like, "Before you go into your whole thing, and if you don't stop talking, I'm going to have you held in contempt, and I'm going to throw you in jail until you can decide you can shut up when I'm talking." And every now and then he throws their asses back in jail for 3 days before they can come back and have another hearing in front of him.
Oh my
and
gosh.
At some point they do shut up.
Oh, okay. It's like, man, oh man, they watch. I thought they would just watch too much Judge Judy or something.
No, man,
They really thought they could yell and scream and get away with it.
This is the same philosophy. If you show me somebody who owns a reptile, I will show you somebody who has a felony. And if you show me somebody who claims to be a sovereign citizen, I will show you somebody with driver's license problems. It's the same thing, same difference, same attitude.
Have you been watching the Coral Springs traffic lately?
I don't think I've watched this week. No, I haven't watched this week. I've been
there's a
busy.
new law that came out for Florida. You probably already know about the high speed.
Oh, the super speeder. Yeah, super speeder law.
Wow.
Yes. 100 miles an hour jail.
I always thought that was a jail anyway.
No, in Georgia that's jail, but no, in Florida, dude, I've had
now did it.
I know so many people who have been pulled over for well over 100 miles an hour, and I think one of them got like a $375 fine. Another one just had his case dismissed, and nobody got arrested. And it's so. There was one that I saw. I think they were out on the Sawgrass Expressway, and there was this guy who was going like 110 in a Mustang.
I saw that. Yeah.
And he's like, and the cop was like, he's like, look, I think this must have been before July 1st when that law took effect. He's like, look, I can't really take him to jail because he was traveling that speed in a straight line, and he was not weaving in and out of traffic, so he was not driving aggressively. Gotcha. He was just driving fast. So I'm just going to give him a ticket for that. And so the cops in Coral Springs, I'm going to say they're very fair. They really are.
Yeah.
Very fair. They are legitimately protecting and serving is what I see from those videos. But now I've watched a bunch of videos this last week or two from Car Week out in Monterey, California, because they have the big Pebble Beach auction and show. And it's just this, people bring cars that are worth $100 million to this show. And everybody with money in a fancy car from all over the world ships their cars in, drives there were cars there from every country in the world. People shipping in cars with, by air or whatever. But the police in Monterey, California are, I'm just going to say, and I have nothing but the utmost respect for police officers. These cops in Monterey are a bunch of fucking Nazi dicks, because there's one guy on a motorcycle who's standing there looking. And for cars that drive by, somebody has tinted windows. Doesn't matter if they have a California plate or not. He pulls them over. I saw him pull over a $1 million Lexus LFA. Do you know what that is?
No.
It is a special car Lexus made about 12, 15 years ago that has a V10 engine, and it has the best sounding exhaust that you have ever heard on a car. And it comes like that from the factory.
Right.
And it's perfectly legal in all 50 states for the year that it was made. But it sounds like a Formula One car. It's very loud.
Oh, wow.
And one of them is driving by this cop on the motorcycle, and he immediately pulls him over. And the car has a Florida dealer license plate on it. and the cop is writing him a ticket for illegal exhaust. You can't have a modified exhaust in California. Well, this car's not from
modified.
California, nor is the driver. So I asked Claude if that was legal, if a cop can pull somebody over with an out-of-state plate and an out-of-state license in California and give them a ticket for a modified exhaust, knowing that that car does not have a modified exhaust. And the cop didn't even bother to look if the car had a modified. He was writing him a ticket. He doesn't give a shit.
Yeah.
And as he's writing the ticket, he sees people driving by, and he's hurrying up writing the ticket to go pull more people over to check their window tint and ask them about their exhaust. That's what life in Monterey, California is like.
Well, I understand. That's why people are leaving California grows.
Oh my God! And it's
they're trying to make as much money as they can.
I think that was a townie police, and usually the CHP guys got no sense of humor. It's the other smaller towns where they will work with you. There was another guy who's on a channel I watch called Daily Driven Exotics. I'm actually wearing their T-shirt right now. Look at that, DDE. And one of the guys that works on their channel, he's from Nashville, and he has an Audi R8, which looks like a Lamborghini or a Ferrari. It does not look like a police car in any way, shape. And just to be funny, because he's had some trouble with the Tennessee police and the Tennessee court system, he put a wrap on his Audi R8 that looks like a Tennessee Highway Patrol car.
Oh no!
Only instead of Highway Patrol, it says Takeover. It says Takeover Patrol, and because he got accused of organizing one of those takeovers, but he obviously didn't do that.
Right.
So he drives that car to California and goes to Car Week, and a cop comes up to him and says, "We're going to tow your car, and you're about to be under arrest for a felony of impersonating a police officer." He's like, "I'm not impersonating a police officer. What are you talking about? This is a Tennessee livery. We're in California, 2,000 miles away. Doesn't matter. You're impersonating a police officer." He's like, "I don't have red and blue lights. I wasn't trying to pull anybody over. I'm just Well, I'm just telling you that if you don't tow that car out of here, if you try to drive it out of here, I'm going to wait for you. And as soon as you get in that car and hit the road, I'm going to arrest you and impound your car." That's what. So him and his buddies like, "What the hell do we do?" So they started peeling the wrap off of the car in the parking place so that he could drive out of there. That's what these cops in California are like.
Wow.
Those are the cops that I got no respect for at all. None. No. Those people shouldn't be cops. And if they have a commander that is telling them to do shit like that, he needs to be brought up on charges and fired immediately.
I think
because that is not.
Oh, of course, power trip, but I mean, it's a money making thing. It's just a big money.
Oh my God, man! They were protecting and serving the hell out of everybody during Car Week.
They're making money.
They were making money hand over. It is literal road piracy. That's what they were doing.
Yeah.
But hey, man, when I get pulled over and get a ticket, I call an attorney and I have them handle that for me, because chances are, maybe I did it, maybe I didn't. We'll let the court figure that out, and we'll let the attorney figure that out, and they tell me what to pay later. I just don't want points.
Well, you know, every town, every place has, like, for example, back in the day, I don't know if I think you were living, you might have been going to school when this happened, when you're working at Albertson going to school, but were you around when Andy Town was around?
No, I was living in Fort Lauderdale when they decided to close down Spring Break and make the strip one lane.
Okay, so that was after Andy Town then. That was so Andy Town was just about gone by then.
What is Andy Town?
Andy Town is you ever seen the movie Porky's?
Of course.
Okay. Andy Town was based off of Porky's was based off of Andy Town.
So it's just like a little place out in the country with a strip club?
So what you do is, it wasn't really a strip club. There was a police station and a service station there, and it was State Road 84, right, mm-hmm. which becomes Alligator Alley when it gets out the Everglades. Okay, and right before that is, what is the name of that road? Now I'm forgetting.
What, like Sample Road?
No, it's a north and south road. It's like right before you get ready to go over Alligator.
Doesn't matter. I don't remember any of those roads.
But it was a county road, but it had a name. Anyway, right on the intersection of those two was a 4-way stop sign with a flashing light. This is when State Road 84 wasn't like it is now, a 6-lane superhighway.
And that's where they got the inspiration for Porky's?
And it would be a blinking light, red.
Andy Town.
So it's a 4-way stop. Now, in order to beat the traffic coming home from the Hollywood Sportatorium, if you instead of going towards 441,
I saw David Bowie there.
You make a right and you go down, and then you make the right and then you get over towards 84, and that's the way to go. Well, you had to go there, and you literally needed to stop and count to like 20 Mississippi.
Really?
Yeah.
So
just sit there for a while, as if it's a red light. You're waiting for it to turn green.
So become a hazard to moving traffic is what you're saying.
Because if you hit it, stop like a four-way stop sign, then and then you go.
Yep.
Especially if when there's a lot of traffic, it's just right because everyone's kind of stopping and you take your turn going around.
So it's just swarm. Yeah.
So but when it's hardly anybody out there and all the traffic's coming from the concert at 11 o'clock at night, they're sitting there in that service station
fundraising.
The mayor / police chief and the car, and it's one of those cars that have the one bubble light on top.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Old school. And what they would do is they would write you a huge ticket, and if you argue with them, you got put in jail, and you get your car with that tow truck from the service station, which everyone said was his brother.
That's gonna be expensive.
Take that car and tow it and put it in the lot, and that was a couple $100 a day. Mm-hmm. By the time you got out of jail, you're about $1,000 deep, if not more.
Oof. And at some point, somebody has said to you, "Hey, you ain't from around here, are you, boy?"
And God forbid, when you're leaving, what do you think you smell like? Of course, it doesn't smell like skunk like it does now. But what do you think you smell like in the 1970s?
You probably smell like weed and booze when you're in there. Yeah.
And what are you guys smoking out there?
Yeah, weed was pretty illegal back then.
Yeah, big time.
Yeah, I know.
Now you would have people that were cool. Sometimes we've been out in the woods partying, and the cops would come out. They check everybody's ID. They make sure no one's hurt or whatever. And they would just make you dump all the booze out and make you shake the bags out and put everything in a trash bag, and leave, and not to come back here again. But that was Andytown, and everybody's got a town like that. When I was in Mississippi, I was going up the highway going towards Columbus when I was working up that way, Columbus, Starkville. Yeah. And there's a flashing light, and I stopped, and I had the trailer, dragging my dad's trailer behind me, which the lights worked because I was moving. Yep. I stopped. I had my son in the car with me. He was like 4 or 5, and so we drive and go. I get pulled over. Delphi tries to pull over in front of me, right?
Yeah.
Because, I'm getting pulled over. And he goes, "Do you know who that is?" I said, "Yeah, it's my wife. We're moving furniture to the new place." He goes, "Better tell her to get moving. Or she's going to get it next." So I said, go. And he goes, "Get out, move. Damn it, can't you understand English?"
Andytown.
So she left. And so I go to an attorney that's in the building that the radio station's at. And he goes, "Oh, yeah. That the mayor is a retired judge, and he has his own court, and they have their own tickets. And basically what they do is they write tickets, and then they give 30% to the state, and they get to keep 70. The police officer gets some money.
So did somebody eventually stop them?
No. So what happened? No. So what happened was he goes, "Here, let me go make a call, and I'll get back." He says, "Listen, I'm going to tell you what he said, and I want you to understand that you're just going to do this. Even though you say you're not right, you do not want to go to court, because if they find you wrong, you're going to get a week in jail, and you're going to probably end up like picking up trash or some kind of thing,
Oh, that sounds fun.
So back in the old days, they used to make you work a farm. And stuff like that. So,
all right. So this is up in Mississippi. I'm looking now at the history of Andytown in Florida. So it's right where US 27 meets Alligator Alley, which is now I-75. Yeah. And the town is gone.
Yeah,
it was demolished in 1979 to allow for the expansion of Alligator Alley.
Yes.
It was founded in 1947 by Greek immigrant Andy Poulos, and then demolished. And it was right there where there was a gas station with a bar and a bait shop and a restaurant. Served hunters. Yep. Its famous visitors included Muhammad Ali and Bob Hope. And I don't see anything in here about it being a speed trap, though. It's just...
That's interesting.
Yeah.
I left that part of history out.
Apparently. Let's type in speed trap. Speed trap history. See what comes up there. I'm not seeing much of anything, but that is one of those towns that is absolutely just gone. It's not even a ghost town. It's just not there. It's just a road now.
So the lawyer says, hey, what I need you to do is when you write the check out, you're going to write a check for $100.
Yep.
And you're going to write it out to cash. And you mail it to this P.O. box in the name of the town. And be done, and we're going to be done with it. He said and I'll check in about a week or so to make sure, and I'll keep checking until he gets it, or watch your checking account. When you see it's cleared, and you know you're done.
Cash.
And then so I signed that and sent it off, right? And it got cashed like about 10 days later. Showed up on my account as cashed. And when you check my driving history, no citations in Mississippi.
Interesting.
That's
very interesting.
Never had a citation.
That's very, very interesting. I never had one in Georgia either, but it's because I was on the radio and they all knew me. And every time I get pulled over, they're like, "Oh, it's you."
You remember? Oh boy, I tell you. Wait, it's one more quick story, then we got a break, and then we come back and finish things up with some fun. But
fun.
How many times did you leave Florida to go to work somewhere, and then you're going to work early in the morning, 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning for a morning show, and here you come with Florida tags coming through a very quiet town. And next
more than once.
Lets you know a disco light show pops up behind you.
More than once.
Right away, because I think you're running dope.
Did I ever tell you about the story about when I was doing overnights at Z106 here in Sarasota out on City Island?
No.
So I had a red Mustang convertible back then, a Fox body Mustang. And I was doing overnights Monday through Saturday. And sometimes I just didn't bring any food. I would get so hungry. And I would usually order a pizza early in the night. But sometimes I just forget or I just wouldn't do it. And I'm starving at like 3 o'clock in the morning. And St. Armand Circle is about 2.5 miles away. And this is a very quiet little town, middle of the night. So there was one restaurant open all night long. It was called The Buttery. And it was just a little diner. Freaking best diner food I ever had in my life. So I would call The Buttery, and they knew who it was because they're listening to me in the kitchen because I'm right down the street. And I would call The Buttery, and they're like, "Is this you?" And yeah, it's me. It's like, "I just need a double cheeseburger with extra fries and put some ketchup and mayo in there for me. How much is that?" "Oh, for you, it's not." I said, No. So I would always throw them $10 because they would try to not charge me for a $4 cheeseburger. So I just give them $10. So I would put on this remix of Bobby Brown's My Prerogative that was about 14 minutes long.
Well, that's a very long remix.
But it's a hike to get over there because it's a dirt road out on City Island back then.
Okay.
And that dirt road's about a half a mile long. And then you got to go past Moat Marine Aquarium and through a marina. And then you have to go out onto the main road. And it's, you know how beach cops are, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and also the station was technically located inside of a state park, which are what? Closed from sunset to sunrise.
That's right.
So I haul ass to go get my cheeseburger, run and leave the car run and grab my cheeseburger. Thanks. Hey, we love your show. Yeah, man, thanks for listening. Grab my cheeseburger, throw it in the car, haul ass 70 miles an hour in a 35 back down to the radio station. Then I get on the dirt road and I'm flying down the dirt road. And over in the dark, over by the water, I see red and blue lights coming after me. And I'm like, oh no. And I know I'm looking at my watch. I'm like, I got about 2 minutes before that song runs out. And I'm just going to make it. Fuck. So I pull up to the front of the radio station. Cop is chasing me now. So I pull up right to the front door and get out of the car. And he's got his gun drawn on me.
Oh, wow.
And I'm like, no, it's me. I work here. My record's about to run out. And he's like, you anybody? Yeah, that's me. And he's like, I'm like, do you want to come in? You want to tour the station? My record's about to run out, dude. You can write me a ticket inside if you want to. So he puts his gun away and he comes inside. And, the lights are still on in the car out front. And he's just like, okay, I just want to make sure. And I said, hey, you want some cheeseburger? And he's like, no, I don't want to take your dinner. I said, yeah, man, I was just going to the Buttery to get a cheeseburger. That's all. He's like, oh, hell, man. I've been sitting over here in my car all night. I saw you leave. I've been sitting here listening to you on the radio all night. I had no idea that was you. And I'm thinking, who the hell else is in the radio station at 3 o'clock in the morning? But
that's hilarious.
It was. I have probably gotten out of more tickets than I have had to pay, which I'm knock on wood. I've had to pay plenty, but dude, Macon never once got a ticket in Macon. Nothing.
No, as a radio personality, I got one ticket. That was in Hattiesburg going to a remote.
Yeah.
And I got out of it by having the police officer come on the radio station and pitch his dimes. What's it? March of Dimes?
March of Dimes. Oh, that's a fair trade.
Yeah, so he got some free radio advertisement. They told me that this guy that gave me the ticket never lets people slide on a ticket.
Got lucky then.
So that was like, and I would probably never do it again.
Were you with me when we were doing the Buried Alive thing and we had the Warner Robins cop? And we had to get to Warner Robins for a meeting with the charity we were working with, and the Warner Robins cop I think was on the air with us. You had to be with me, and I was like, dude, I would love to stay here and talk to you longer, but I got to be in Warner Robins in like 15 minutes, and that's a good 30-minute drive from where we were to get to Warner Robins, at least 30 minutes. And the cop's like, well, I got to go back down to Warner Robins anyway. Just follow me, stay close. And I said, you're not going to get in trouble? And he's like, I ain't going to get in trouble. So he puts on the lights, but not the sirens. I'm in my yellow Mustang convertible.
I remember your yellow Mustang.
Yeah. So I'm like right on this cop's ass, going down 247, going 80 miles an hour, weaving in and out of traffic, running red lights. And I made it down there in about 15 minutes. I was not late for my meeting.
All right, let's take a quick break. Because we're going to wrap things up here when we come back. And I got something really interesting. I'm going to test your knowledge. And no, I did not get it from my favorite website.
Oh, no BuzzFeed today.
No BuzzFeed.
I'll pretend to not be disappointed next.
Erica and Mark. The phone call.
All right, Mark, don't disappoint me. Quiz time.
All righty. I'm going to ask you, this is a legal question now, so this is put your lawyer hat on.
I am a lawyer, allegedly.
Yes, and let's see what you know and what you don't know about state laws. These are state laws.
Okay, I'm good at these. Which state?
Okay, so what we're going to talk about today is how who's allowed to own and who's not allowed to own a kangaroo.
Oh, I'm so glad you said kangaroo, because I know you live in the South and some things are still going on there.
No, that's illegal everywhere.
Is it though?
Well, it's yes.
You've been to Mississippi. Come on.
Yes, it's still illegal. All right. So, what state? And there's three of them that you would be allowed to own legally a kangaroo.
Mm-hmm. You can legally own a kangaroo in Texas, West Virginia, and for some reason, New Mexico.
You got one, West Virginia.
Well, of course, everything's legal there. What are the other two?
South Carolina.
Yeah, I believe it.
And Wisconsin.
Wisconsin. Those people drink up there, man. They drink a lot.
Maybe they don't know they're kangaroos. That's why.
Yeah.
Okay. Most of the United States is you cannot own one. And by the way, not only can you own one, but you don't even need a permit in those three states. But there are states, Texas, you name one, there with a permit, you're allowed to own one. Now, you would think you would be allowed to own one in Florida, wouldn't you?
No, because things have gotten bad here, man. It's not fun anymore.
But would you guess in a million years, New Jersey?
No.
How about Maine?
Maine, I would believe, yes.
Yes.
Those people drink a lot too. Pennsylvania, I would say no.
With a permit, you can.
Oh, my God.
Ohio.
Definitely Ohio. That's a weird place.
And because it's so close to Wisconsin, Illinois didn't want to go all the way in without the permit, but they will allow you with the permit.
Yeah, I mean, how does that go when you get pulled over by a cop? It's like, hey, where's your kangaroo permit? Do you have that on you? Hold on, sir. I think it's in my wallet.
This site I found is great. It's called The World in Maps. And they've got all kinds.
It's one of my favorite subreddits is map porn, it's called. Yeah. Map porn.
And what you can get away with. Yeah. Anyway. Well, we'll leave you on that high note.
That's a high note? I guess for the show it is.
Yes. I'm trying to get, I don't know, I guess you didn't hear any of the thunder in the background. There's a severe thunderstorm coming this week, so it's like.
No, I know. I didn't hear that at all.
The thunder. So before I get to that point where you go, there he goes. His computer's out again, and we're going to wait to see if it dials back up.
Maybe somebody like me is walking into a church nearby. You better be careful. You'll be safe. But did I send you? No, I didn't know. You don't have Instagram. I said there was a picture on Instagram that I sent to a couple of friends of mine, and it was lightning coming out of the sky at night in a thunderstorm, and there was just this high-rise apartment building, and lightning was striking like on the 13th floor, like right into a window on the corner of the building. Oh, my. And the caption said, "Fuck you in particular." I'm like, that would be me. That's what would happen to me.
Hey, the thing I sent you earlier, right? Do you think that would be a good commercial we could run on our dime?
I mean,
the car salesperson. I mean, it's kind of dirty, but we do have explicit.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
It's funny. It's a lot of cursing, but man, it makes me. Oh my God!
Throw it up on Facebook and see if and see what it looks like.
We'll do that.
Yeah, let's do that instead.
Let's not flag where we get our income. Let's just flag the Facebook we never promote.
Are you really? Yeah, right. Are you really going to make a promo out of the AI conversation we had today?
I'm going to be listening to it and see if I can pull one out. I even wrote down the top. I have a B, and an F, right?
All right.
Break, and funny. And I haven't had funny in a while, but at 17 minutes and 13 seconds, somewhere around there was a lot of gold.
You are right about that. We have not had funny in a while on this show. And I'm not sure if we did today, but I'll leave that to everybody else to decide.
Yeah, that's up to them. It's all right.
All right, man.
As long as the checks keep rolling in.
Hey, we are getting paid.
I'm golden.
Big money for this, and it's going to mess up your Social Security, but I'm willing to take the rest of that extra money off of your hands because I just give everything to my accountant and she makes sure I pay taxes on it.
That's the best way to do it.
Dude, I have not done my own taxes in years. I just give everything to her.
I stopped doing taxes in 2010 when I could not do it myself anymore. Yeah. And I decided to try write-offs and stuff like that.
I'm not doing none of that.
And then that person took care of everything up until she finally told me she didn't terminate our relationship, but I guess she did. But she just said, "Listen, I want to deal with the Louisiana taxes. That's something new to learn. I'm not interested."
Fired by your accountant.
So she said, "I'll do your other, but you have to get someplace else to get your Louisiana taxes done."
Well, it's as long as we're paying taxes, that's all that matters. Yes. And hand to God, I am not messing with those people, man.
Nope. They are. They don't play. Trust me.
I overpay. I claim 0, so they take as much out as they can, and I think I even have them take out a little bit extra because I want to get money back when I do my taxes in the springtime, and I usually do. I usually get money back. So as long as you're overpaying, I don't mind giving the government, interest-free money. It's fine if it keeps me out of trouble.
In the 1980s, I decided I would work under the table. And then that restaurant got arrested and busted with the IRS. And
they suddenly knew who you were.
Yeah. And then they sent me a letter that asked me for close to $12,000.
Probably didn't have that on you.
No. Because, I did, but it was all up in my nose. Back then, so being a drug addict, you don't really have a lot of cash, and if you
good decision-making powers.
Yeah, very good decision. So I called them, and they were not even remotely want to hear about a payment plan.
They didn't care about your story, no.
Nothing, nope, not at all. And they gave me 30 days. So
Funny
I tried
story.
to borrow some money, and I couldn't get any. So my grandfather scratched the check, and I paid him back. But man, they don't play.
Woo. Lucky. No, the girl who took my blood this morning told me she's like, I need to get some help with this because this is the 3rd time I've done this. I said, oh, what'd you do it for? She's like, I work for the IRS. And I'm like, oh my God, when you're not sucking money out of people, you're sucking blood out of them. She thought that was very funny.
So you've been sticking people for a while, huh?
Yeah, so I literally had an IRS agent suck my blood today. Literally, not many people could say that.
So she should have been a professional,
right? She was very nice. She was great. She thought I was hilarious, so I love her.
There you go. Unlike what's that new one's name? Not Grunk. What's the other with the new one?
Claude.
Yeah, the Claude is not.
Claude's kind of a dick. I like him.
Yes.
Yeah, we're going to be hearing more from Claude next week. I predict.
All right. Have a good one, man.
You too, man. Have a good time, and I will talk to you next week
All right.
on the phone call. I mean, the mandatory call of friendship.
Erica and Mark. The phone call.